Hello students, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss a few topics. They are the speciation, and in the speciation we have the subtopic like macroevolution, and next the evidences of evolution. In the evidences of evolution we are discussing the subtopics like homologous organs, analogous organs, evidences from the embryology, evidences from the fossil. So these are the two topics and subtopics. Okay, now let us start about our discussion. The first one is a speciation. Okay, so the speciation mean what? What is meant by speciation? The speciation means the formation of new species. Okay, the new species are coming from the organisms or from the population. So in the population, the new species are arising. Such kind of arising of the new species from the population is known as speciation. Now the question is how the new species will arise. So the new species is arise due to the macroevolution. Macroevolution. So macroevolution means more variations. Macro means more, okay, or large. Evolution means what? Evolution means the accumulation of the variations. Okay, hence macroevolution means the more variations are present, that is known as macroevolution. So one is a macroevolution, and second one is the survival of the fittest. Okay, survival of the fittest we have discussed in the last class also. What is the survival of the fittest? The organisms which have the useful variations. So though they are going to compete with other organisms, and they are going to survive for longer period of time. Hence the nature is going to favor or nature is going to help the organisms with suitable characters or useful variations. So these two like macroevolution and also survival of the fittest, these two conditions are responsible for the new species, for the formation of new species or the speciation. So these two conditions will be occurring over long period of time. It means these organisms will take long period of amount of time or long time to form a new species. Okay, now this is about how new species will be formed or the speciation. Now next is the variations. Okay, so the variations are traits of an organism help to adapt. For example, if you see, if organism is placed in some other conditions or that completely different habitat, what the organism will do? The organism will try to adapt to that environment. For example, a polar bear, okay, if the polar bear is kept in the high temperature conditions, what it will do? It will try to adapt or adjust to the more sunlight conditions or more temperature regions. Okay, that is known as, such kind of adjustment is known as adapt or adaptation. So all organisms, not only one, all organisms are they are going to try to adapt to the environment, okay, efficiently. So which lead to the efficiency adaptation of the organisms, which lead to the efficient survival. It means they will survive better. That is known as efficient survival of an organism. So next, non-beneficial traits. There are two types of traits or characters. One is a useful. Okay, so what is meant by character? Character is nothing but any feature. Okay, so these characters or features may be two types. One is useful. Okay, one is useful and another is non-useful. Okay, another is non-useful characters. So the useful character, okay, it is going to help the organism. It is going to help the organism for survival. Okay, help the organism for the survival. So it means nature is going to help these organisms with the useful variations. But here the non-useful variations means there is no help. Okay, these variations are non-useful variations are not going to help the organism for the survival. Okay, so what happens if there is no proper help of these variations to the survival? Nature will not make the organism to survive. Okay, it means after few generations or after short period of time, these organisms are going to die. Okay, so it means they will get perished from the nature. Okay, so it means this is known as elimination of the organism slowly from the environment. Example, in the case studies we have seen the red and blue beetles. Here we can see these variation. Red color is a variation and blue color is also a variation. So here these variations are not useful for the survival of the beetles. Why? Because the crows can see red beetles and also crows can see the blue beetles. It means the crows can eat easily these beetles like red beetles and also blue beetles. So it is not a advantageous purpose for the survival in the nature. So they are going to slowly perish from the environment or slowly eliminated from the environment. So this is about non-useful traits or non-beneficial traits. So here is some changes or the variations that occur within the species known as microevolution. So it means in this population only, take the example of the same red and blue beetles. In this population only, you can see the minor changes, like beetles has a red color and also minor beetles has a green color. Okay, so the species is same, but between the population or between the individuals, you can see the small changes. So those small changes are known as microevolutions. So here the what is a small change in this example? The small change is nothing but red color and also green color in the beetles is nothing but microevolution. So these are the small changes. Okay, next one is a macroevolution. Just now we have discussed microevolution. Microevolution means what? Microevolution means the small changes. Next, the macroevolution. Macro, the term macro refers to the large or more. Okay, evolution means we know that. Okay, we know that the changes that occur in the organisms. Okay, so or the accumulation of the variations in the organisms, that is known as evolution. So here is how the new species are evolved. This is about the macroevolution. So here you can see the accumulation of lot or more variations that occurs in a species over long period of time known as macroevolution. So here the evolution will not occur within 1 or 2 days. Evolution will not occur within 1 or 2 years. The evolution, to take the evolution will take years. Okay, hundreds of the years. So such, or you can call it as generations. Okay, many generations are required for the evolution process. So here the much time is taken for the macro evolution. So here let us see here example. Let us take the same example of the beetles. So let us consider here is the area. Okay, this is one area, and also the all here the red beetles are there. Okay, here the blue beetles. Okay, the blue beetles are green beetles. Okay, are there. So let us consider the crow has taken some amount of green beetles. Okay, or blue beetles. So these blue beetles, when the crow is carrying, accidentally it is dropped. These beetles are dropped in this area or in this region. So what happens here? The red beetles are there. Okay, previously the beetles were there here. So the accumulation here, the accumulation of changes. Okay, accumulation of the changes are going to take place. So it means the accumulations will build in the beetles. Okay, so the red beetles will have such kind of all changes. So it is going to evolve up to some extent. And let us consider accidentally the red beetles will meet with the blue beetles or the green beetles. Now what happen? Now what will happen? Do they meet and do they have reproduction? No. Why? Because there is more amount of accumulations acquired over here. So many changes are there in the red beetles. So it is completely a type of other species, and also it's a completely a type of other species. Even though they meet accidentally, they are not going to reproduce. Okay, they will not meet and they will not reproduce. What is meant by mate? Mate is nothing but reproduction. Okay, and new progeny, and they will not mate and there is no production of the new progeny. Hence they cannot mate only. Hence they can mate only in their population. In their population is what? Red beetles will mate with the red beetles only. Here the blue beetles will mate with the blue beetles and so on, or green beetles with the green beetles. So this is about macro evolution. So why there is no mating and also all this process there? Why? Because only the macro evolution, more amount of changes are acquired. So in this variation, so the time gap is many years. Okay, so the time gap is, let us consider the 10 years. Or within the 10 years, many generations has occurred. So as a result, such kind of change will be seen. Okay. Next is the evidence of evolution. Evolution means what? Okay, just now we have discussed. Okay, so evidence means the proof. Okay, so we have to prove that evolution is there. So here you can see the evolution is a change in the characters. Characters are accumulations of variations in the organisms. So that is known as evolution. So this evolution occurs over several generations, not one or two. It is going to take several generations and also long period of time. It requires long period of time, which is based upon the natural selection. Okay, it means that nature is going to select which type of organism should survive and which type of organism should die. Okay, that is nature is selecting. Okay, so here the evolution of organisms requires some evidences. So if we want to say that evolution is there, we have to show some proof. Okay, that proof are known as evidences. Evidence means the proof. So we have to show the evolution with the proof. Okay, so what are the proof? What are those proofs? One is the homologous organs and analogous organs. Homologous organs, analogous organs, and next the evidences from the embryology. With the help of embryo we are going to show the evolution. And next the evidences from the fossils. So these are the evidences to show that there is an evolution. Okay, so first here is the homologous organ. So homologous, homo means similar. Okay, so these are the organs, they look similar. Here you can see the homologous organs are the organs in some organisms that are structurally similar but functionally different. So for the structure, okay, structurally similar, okay, but functionally dissimilar. Okay, so this is about homologous organs. So example internal structure of forelimbs in some organisms like whales, wings of bat, legs of a cheetah, claws of a mole, a digger, and also hands of human beings, etc. So if you see organs of all these organisms, internal structure means inside the organ the bones looks similar way. Okay, almost they look similar way. So these organs are known as homologous organs. If you observe carefully these organs, so careful observation of anatomy means careful observation of inside the organ. Okay, that is anatomy. So these organs show common pattern. So what is the common pattern? Common pattern means similarity. The similarity is there between all these organisms and organs. Okay, so in arrangement of bones in these organs, like hands of man and hands of a cheetah, and also forelimbs of the cheetah, and also here you can see the wing of a bat, and also so on. These organs have the same structural arrangement of the bones. Okay, bones are arranged in similar pattern. Okay, so external form and function is different, but they are going to do the different functions. Okay, this is the reason we say it is structurally similar but functionally dissimilar. How the functionally dissimilar? Here you can see the wings of the bat, its function is to fly. Here the leg of the cheetah, its function is to run. Okay, the claws of the mole, its function is to dig the earth. Okay, and also the function of the human hand, it is for grasping or to hold something. Okay, and also here you can see the whale. Okay, the flapper of the whale is to swim, and so on. So even though they are anatomically similar, okay, similar function, even though they are anatomically similar arrangement of bones are there, but their function is different. It means structurally similar but functionally dissimilar. Okay, so these are the different functions. Here you can see these are the different functions. So next, so all these vertebrates means the organisms which have the vertebral column. So these organisms will have the vertebral column. So all these vertebrates are inherited traits from the common ancestor. So it means whether you may take the bat, whether you may take whale, okay, cheetah, mole, and also human being, etc. All these organisms will have the common ancestor. Ancestor means the individual that is present before few generations ago. Okay, let us consider this is the ancestor. Okay, ancestor. So this ancestor gives birth to all organisms. Okay, so here this is the first individual, second individual, third, and also fourth. Again they gives rise to A, B, C, and so on. Okay, X, Y, Z, and so on. So if you see the individuals, this individual, okay, So this individual, all these individuals have the same common ancestor. Okay, same common ancestor. Why? Because all these individuals are coming from the one ancestor only. So hence we are calling it as a common ancestor. Common means only single ancestor. So here also these organisms like whales, next to human being, cheetah, mole, and also human being. So all these organisms will have the common ancestor. They had a common ancestor. We are saying based upon the anatomical study of their observations of their organs. Okay, organs that show the common pattern. Okay, so hence based upon it, we are saying that they are known as homologous organs. Homologous organs, this type of evolution is known as divergent evolution. There are two types of evolutions. One is the convergent and another is the divergent. Okay, one is the convergent and also divergent. So it is evolution. Okay, so in the convergent evolution, so first we will discuss about divergent evolution. Can you see here? This is diverging. Okay, this is diverging. It means from the one center all are moving away. This is known as divergent. What is convergent? Convergent means towards. Okay, towards is known as convergent. So this type of production of the individuals from the common ancestor, it is known as divergent evolution. Okay, it is known as divergent evolution. So next is the analogous organs. So analogous organs, these organs are structurally different. They are structurally different but functionally similar. How? Example, if you see wings of insect and bird. Okay, wings of insect and wings of bird. So they are structurally similar but they are functionally similar but structurally different. If you observe the wing of the insect and wing of the bird, it looks almost same. But if you observe carefully, the wing is made up of wing of insect is made up of exoskeleton. It is made up of exoskeleton. And if you observe the wing of a bird, it is made up of feathers. Okay, it is made up of feathery outer covering along the arm. Okay, so even though they have wings, the wings are made up of different materials. So in case of insect, they have the exoskeleton extension, and also in case of birds, they have the feathery outer covering. So they are functionally similar. What is their function? Their function is to fly. Okay, the function is to fly. So what is their structure? Structure is different. Okay, structure is different. Okay, so such kind of organs are known as analogous organs. Okay, so above mentioned organs are not inherited. It means their common ancestor is not one. But in case of homologous organs, they have common ancestor. But in case of analogous organs, the ancestor of these organisms is not one. They have different ancestors. Okay, and these organs are known as analogous organs. This type of evolution is known as convergent evolution. Why? Because even though they are different, they are showing similar. They are showing the similar function. So such kind of thing is known as convergent evolution. Convergent means towards. Okay. Next is the evidences from the embryology. Okay, so what is embryology? Embryology is the study of the embryo. Okay, embryology means the study of embryo is known as embryology. Okay, so embryos of different organisms are remarkably similar and resemble each other during the early development. If you see in the textbook also, you will see first stages of the embryo of all organisms. They are similar. Okay, they are similar. They will not show much difference, whether it may be embryo of a duck, embryo of a chicken, embryo of a human being, or embryo of a cheetah, or whatever it may be. For the first development, the first stages or initial stages of the development of the embryo, all embryos are going to look similar. Even experienced embryologist means the person who study about the development of the embryo is known as embryologist. Who is embryologist? The person who studies about the development of the embryo is known as embryologist. So even though experienced embryologist cannot distinguish between the two embryos, okay, two embryos of two different species. Okay, that much is a similarity. Okay, so this is evidence. So you can take, or we can take this example as the evidences for the evolution. Okay, it means we are came from common ancestor. Okay, so hence organisms have evolved and so on. So this is the main reason for the evolution. Okay, next is the evidences from the fossils. So what is meant by fossil? Fossil is nothing but dead organism. Okay, that organism is dead a few millions of the years ago. Okay, many much longer period of time back. Okay, they have died. So when they are dead, what happened? So this organism. So let us consider this is organism. This organism is dead, and on the organism, many layers of dust, sand, everything is fallen on it. Okay, so what will happen? This organism will decompose, but some of the structures will not decompose, like bones, teeth, hair will not get decomposed. Okay, and they will remain as it is. It means they are the sedimentation. The sedimentation is formed on it. Okay, after millions of years after. Okay, the people like scientists, okay, they will come and they will dig the area. Okay, and they will see the organism. They will see the organism in the form of a fossil, which consisting of bones, teeth, hair, etc. Okay, so it is known as a fossil. So it is known as fossil. Okay, not only that, not only the bones, teeth, hair, etc., but also we can see the seeds. Okay, seeds or traces of the organism. What is meant by traces? For example, this organism has walked on the surface. Okay, you will see the print. Okay, you will see the footprint. So if the footprint is covered with some kind of other material, okay, then also that traces can be used as a fossil. You will see the footprints of the dinosaur. Okay, and also ripple marks on the prehistoric shores. It is formed due to the natural process. No, here the human beings are not doing the such kind of a fossilization process. Here the nature is doing such kind of a process. It is nothing but fossil. Okay, most of the body parts of the organism will decompose, like flesh. Okay, like skin will decompose, but some parts do not complete, or some parts do not decompose completely. Example, bones. So all such preserved traces of extinct organisms. Extinct means already dead. Okay, so they are known as fossils. Example, fossils of the dinosaur. Okay, this is about evidences of evolution. Next is the paleontology. Okay, so paleontology is study of the fossils, and a person who studies the fossils are known as paleontologist. Okay, so geologist, they can determine the age of the fossil by using carbon dating. So carbon dating is nothing but using of some kind of elements to determine the age of the particular rock or age of the particular substance. So here the age of the rock can be determined. It means you can know the age of the rock from how much long period of time this rock is here and what is its age. You can determine by the process known as carbon dating. Okay, some elements are used in the carbon dating. They are known as radioactive isotopes. Radioactive isotopes. Example, carbon is a radioactive isotope, uranium is a radioactive isotope, potassium is also radioactive isotope. So these isotopes can be taken. So why we will take these radioactive isotopes? The main reason is the normal rate of the breakdown. They will break down these, they will get broken down at the normal rates. Okay, so based upon it, we can take the age, we can estimate the age of the rock or mineral containing isotopes that can be calculated. Okay, based upon its breakdown and all these things, we can calculate how much age of the rock has or how much age the particular fossil have. Okay, so next is the ketosaurus. Okay, so ketosaurus is a dinosaur. Okay, it is a dinosaur fossil. It is belonging to the lower Jurassic age, that is around 160 million years back. Okay, so the ketosaurus fossil were collected from a place known as Yamunapalli village. Okay, in Adilabad district of Telangana. Okay, so the size of the ketosaurus is 14 meters length and also 5 meters height. This fossil is preserved at the BM Birla Science Center in Hyderabad. Okay, so next is fossils that have the characters of two different groups are known as connecting link. Why we are calling it as a connecting link? Why? Because it is connecting the two organisms. Okay, it is connecting the two organisms. Example, Archaeopteryx. In the Archaeopteryx, we can see the two characters. What are those two characters? This Archaeopteryx has the avian characters and also it has a reptilian character. So it means it has a two types of the characters. So due to the connecting of these two characters, it is known as connecting link. It is showing the both avian characters and also reptilian characters. So this is only the reason we are calling it as a connecting link. Example is a Archaeopteryx. Okay, so it is acting as a link between the aves and reptiles. Okay, so this is about fossils. Based upon the fossils, we can say that okay, evolution is there in the organisms. Okay, I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and also if you have any doubts or questions or suggestions, feel free to post in the comment section, and so that I can reply to your questions or doubts. Okay, so we will discuss the next topic in the next lesson.